Hey guys, it's Charlie, and tonight I need to talk to you about something that is absolutely crucial to the survival of our nation. You know, we are in a crisis right now, and it's a crisis over health care. We can't wait any longer. The fact of the matter is, the science is in. The debate is over. There is no more talk that has to be done. We have to act, and we have to act now. Health care and health care reform is a systemic risk to this economy and to this nation. The current plan is unsustainable. Our leadership knows that. They know when they go home and they have town hall meetings and the people say, don't touch my health care, leave it alone, I'm happy with the way it is. Our representatives know they're right. They know we're wrong. They do the right thing despite what we ask. They understand that the only way the healthcare system can truly work properly in this country is if we increase the number of people who are giving their money to the insurance company. That is the only way to make the pool bigger and deeper so the insurance companies can get more money. That's the only way. They've got this figured out. Do you think you're smarter than your representatives? I don't think so. I don't think so. Ladies and gentlemen, there's always going to be somebody who wants to throw a monkey wrench into the gears to try to grind the debate to a halt. But the fact of the matter is, this system is unsustainable. And the only answer that we have is the federal government. They need to control the healthcare system, plain and simple. Guys, I've broken this down into 4 basic components. I want you to look at my charts. Keep an open mind. Listen to what I have to say. And at the end of this presentation, I think you're going to come to the same conclusion that I've come to, right? Which is the government has your best interest at heart. The government has a plan, and it's a good one. Let's go to the charts. Here we have the 4 components of the healthcare debate. We have the government, the demand for insurance, the insurance industry, and the U.S. citizen. That's it. It's that simple. Like I said before, there's always somebody that wants to upset the apple cart to make it more difficult than it really is. These are the same people who led us into these great deficits. You know, these are the George Bush and his cronies who left us with this mess. And I, for one, also agree that maybe they should pick up the broom and start sweeping and not ask if it's a socialist broom, if it's a capitalist broom. No, we have to fix this problem because, like I said before, we are in crisis. I believe polls could show that most people actually believe that if we don't pass something soon, we're going to fall into an economic chaos in this country. There's no time to wait. Now, back to the charts. Let's start at a baseline. Let's call that baseline the insurance companies having enough cash and capital to provide insurance for every single American citizen. For almost every single American citizen. Let's start with the baseline. This is what we need to get to. This is the goal we need to achieve right there. We need that much in our insurance companies so they can provide coverage for nearly every American citizen. But let's see where we were at when this whole debate started. We were way down here. That's no good. That's no good. That is less than half of what we need. But with the strength of our leaders, you know, a lot of people think just because your representatives over the years have taken millions upon millions of dollars from big pharma, from big insurance, the medical industry in general, that their interests are serving the medical industry's interests. No, that isn't true. These people have been elected to represent you. They've taken a pledge to represent you and uphold the Constitution. That is what they're doing when they come up with plans like this. Don't be naive. Just because companies give them millions of dollars to do their bidding, they're not going to cave. They're Americans. All right, let's get back to the chart. Here we are. Less than half of what we need to get the job done. To get these insurance companies wealthy enough to be able to provide health insurance to the entire nation. But like I said, with the steadfast leadership of Nancy Pelosi, with the steadfast leadership of Barack Obama, we've got concessions from the medical industry. Almost half of what we need, they're going to come through with billions upon billions of dollars. And it'll help eliminate almost half of the shortfall we need to have true health care for every person in this nation. This is where your patriotism and mine comes into play. I believe polls could possibly show that every single American believes that is their patriotic obligation to buy health insurance, to give your money to these insurance companies to provide health insurance for yourself and your family. It's your patriotic duty. And most people believe that. I do, and I'm sure you do as well. However, as we know, there's many people that want to game the system. Therefore, I think Congress is well within its rights, well within its jurisdiction to say, listen, America, it's a new age. It's a new age and a new time. And even though in over 230 years of history of this nation, the federal government has never mandated that you, an American citizen, buy something from an American corporation, that time has changed. We are now moving into a new era. And you are going to buy this insurance policy to be a United States citizen. You're going to be born into the debt of an insurance company in the United States of America. And it's just, and it's fair, and here's why. Because the notion of individuality, that's old hat. The notion of independence, that's all well and good, but the collective has to come first. The masses outweigh the needs of the one. That makes sense. That's logic. You can understand that. Don't cry independence and don't cry freedom. It's all about the hive and the hive mentality. That's what it's about in the new age. That's what we're shooting for. And if you have that in mind, then you won't have a problem with the United States government, with Congress, saying to you, you must buy a health insurance policy because it's for the greater good. That's right. Binding legal obligation, that's what they're putting upon the American citizens. And it's about time. Now, in this presentation, I've come to you with words like unsustainable, systemic, crisis, potential collapse. All these words lead credence to what I'm saying. All these words make me sound like I know what I'm talking about, and you should be convinced by this point. However, if you're not, let me make one more point. Let me connect the dots. Let me fill in the blanks, and I think you're going to get the big picture of how our government and insurance plan on enforcing these new regulations and how they're going to make this work. Bear with me. We start way down here. Absolutely not sufficient to insure the people of this country. And with the leadership of Nancy Pelosi, Harry Reid, Barack Obama, they get the job done. They get billions upon billions in concessions from the medical industry, helping out the cause. Then Congress, seeing what must be done in order for the greater good, decides to pass landmark, never before seen legislation in this country, and they're going to mandate that you buy insurance. We're going to call this binding legal obligation to offset the demand for insurance. And what's going to happen with this new insurance policies and this new way of life in America? When it is finally passed, the American people are going to cheer. They realize that their system, their way of life, is never going back to that old way. We're in a new system, in a new order. And after all, ladies and gentlemen, how could that possibly fail? That's all I got.